here's a guy that was freaking out. His name's Zappa Thrusta.
Oh boy. Okay.
Uh-oh,
I know where
okay.
his allegiance lies.
Yeah, this guy, he probably likes some pretty kooky stuff. This
This guy will
guy.
not eat the yellow snow.
No,
This
this guy is a kook. He's probably such a kook.
this is a strange thing because this is what a genre guy. This I think is the perfect like genre guy that I one of the best I found ever.
Okay.
He goes, I'm scared that classical music will kill my love for prog. And
Oh.
not only prog and not only prog, but other musical genres as well. You might laugh at this and maybe consider it as some sort of a prank, but it's a serious issue for me. So here's the deal. I used to listen to a lot of classical music from age 18 up to 24 years old.
Oh boy, that's tough. That is
That is
fucking tough.
I didn't even consider
That's tough.
how tough his college time was.
Yeah.
The exact same time I was discovering and listening to progressive rock. And then I just stopped, discovered jazz, started listening to other rock music than prog, and became a more casual listener after my first marriage. So prog killed his marriage, maybe?
Yeah.
What killed his marriage was being at the record store on Saturday morning.
First marriage.
Instead of making breakfast for his wife.
And maybe his wife was like really into prog. And he was like, yeah, I married a prog guy, and he's listening to classical music from the 20th century.
I cannot believe he likes the Rolling Stones.
I want to hear some fucking didgeridoo.
But only if there's also a synthesizer. Sorry.
Oh yeah, of course. Just on the track, yeah.
And I knew all this music that really moves me is there, waiting for me, a vast territory to be explored. I was just not opening the door, convincing myself that it demands a lot more attention and time than I can afford, given the strict circumstances and everyday obligations of my life. But I did open the door very recently and have not been able to listen to much of anything else apart from the Shostakovich's.
Oh, Shostakovich, sure.
Yeah. And the Prokofiev's.
Prokofiev. So he's deep with the Russians now. Those are two Russian composers.
Stravinsky's and Bartok's, etc.
Okay, Bartok, yeah.
And
I mean, that's pretty normal, though. Like, you're getting back into a genre of anything to just be like, oh, I'm hyper fascinated with this stuff right now, so I'm going through all of it that I can find. I think that's pretty standard for most people in a lot of different things.
Just weird music to be doing it, too. Being able to find the local store extremely cheap vinyl of classical music in excellent condition only aggravates my situation. Why pay 25 to 30 euros for a reissue of rock music when I have the whole Verdi's Aida near mint condition as a triple box with 9 euros? I have to say I get a lot of satisfaction from my listening to music nowadays, but the fear of losing gradually interest for all other music is real. Has anyone ever been in my situation? Is it something temporary? Can I have the best from both worlds? I have to say. He's waiting for your comment. So Mo Curly Thanu replied, and he was like, for me, classical lacks the power of prog rock and other forms of rock because of the electrified instrumentation, which is a serious shortcoming.
The electrified instrumentation.
Electricity is a serious shortcoming
of classical
for music composed in the 1700s.
If they'd have had electricity, I probably would have gone crazy for it.
The way he said that is so awesome. Like, he tried to say it in like some sort of, like some really smart kind of way, but he was just saying like they don't have electric guitars or anything or synthesizers.
Bach being driven by the majesty of Christ is not enough for me.
Yeah, I need to hear him on a synth,
These guys do. One of the things about these guys is that they really do seem to like want to talk like a PhD or something. Like it can't just be, I like the guitar in this album. It can't.
Yeah, prog is better because I like electric guitar. I like the sound.
But I think this is sort of the thing of like, it's come up a couple of times where it's like, this is active, what you might call like active listening music. That is a distinction. And why Rush maybe doesn't fit in there is because Rush was played on the radio, right? Like there does seem to be this implied thing of like mainstream commercial success, like a Pink Floyd or something, kind of like kneecaps the idea of them being a prog band a little bit, right? Like,
because the normies all like them.
right, yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to and I was the same way. I remember, and I'm an idiot, so this is just my idiocity or what. Oh my god! Now people are gonna say idiocity.
Idiocity. Yeah, they are.
Idiocy.
They're gonna reply with that.
But I hated, like, the reason I didn't listen to nu metal for several years is because Korn got really popular. Like, I got into them in '94, and it was like the first album had just come out, and you would go to these shows and there would be like 250 people there, and it was just like this really cool energy. And then I saw them at a show at like a Family Values. It was in an arena. I was like, I fucking hate this band now. Like, immediately, and then started to try to find other metal. That's how I ended up on the Mars Volta. Was because it was like nobody could ever like this. There's nobody, which it's crazy because it's actually good. But my wife
such a cool attitude. I'm gonna find the fucking shit that nobody could like.
So you were so close to being into progressive rock, because if you found the Mars Volta, that like if someone had pushed you, you were already in the deep end of that pool.
Yeah, I saw Rush in concert. I went to a Rush concert.
So did I. I've seen Rush.
They're pretty cool. I mean,
they're great.
It was the weirdest thing because I don't like a lot of big arena music. And when the guitar came down from the ceiling and he started playing it, I was like, this is crazy. This is nuts.
Oh, yeah. Production. I mean, Travis Barker came down from the ceiling on the most recent Blink-182 tour, you know? So, like, production value, I think, is just one of those things. Like, that's more and more, that's why you go to an arena show, I think, right? Like, if you like the music, you shell out that extra money to sit in the arena because it's something that you can't get at a club, and vice versa, right?
Yeah,
theater the arena shows have come a long way with those sort of lowering things.
I mean, I saw Korn in an arena right before the pandemic. It was
big whoop. I saw Korn in the arena the other night when I went to the soccer game. Goddamn Korn on the cob, serving it at the concession stand. Get over yourself.
Dude.
Get over yourself.
Progmatist said that ship
Progmatist?
Yes,
Progmatist.
Good name alert.
Wow.
That ship sailed for me years ago. I no longer have any patience for prog relying heavily on riffing. Riffing is fine for generic rock because it typically doesn't take long to segue into a verse, bridge, and or chorus. When riffing gets stretched way out because prog is supposed to be, quote, epic, I'm sorry. That just bores the hell out of me. I won't name any culprits here because some musicians are on this very forum, but I think they know who they are.
That's kind of
I'm worried that Steve Howe is going to see me taking shots at Yes.
Yeah, Heave Stow 92 is, this guy is this person is pretty nice. Like, hey, I don't want to insult anyone because I know a lot of people read this.
Well, Ron Mack did reply to him and say, isn't prog just electrified classical in many ways?
Okay. Hang on a second. Now you got my brain moving here. This is a thought.
I love this. Similarities are vast. Like, no human would ever say that about any other kind of music except prog rock. So
music is my whole life. You know, like professionally and whatever the case may be. And I don't think I care about it this much.